Enable notifications by ringing the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on the third round of Dead Meat, the Anarchy, or the Purge franchise. This is the most recent one and will be the last one up until the first Purge comes out on DVD, which James has said he will be doing. And we are now officially and formally joined by one of the newest members of the Renegades.
I don't know if you can see her.
Alright, you can see her ears.
You
can see her little ears right in your lap.
She just finally laid down properly. So
oh, look at her. She's so precious.
So Aria is my Sphinx kitten. She has a little bit of fuzz, and she is very cute.
Yeah, you can see her ears there.
Just her ears. I'm not gonna pick her up. But
No. Let her rest.
You can see her in the Purge Anarchy video, which you probably already watched.
She
if you watch
been
this,
here for like 5 days now, and actually behaves pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
She is attached at the hip, though.
She wants attention all the time.
She's like that.
She will
you should have been there
meow.
when we were streaming. Was it last night?
Yeah.
Or the night before, when Heather was streaming started.
If we put her in there so she can use her litter box and eat, she starts meowing and meowing
and eventually,
meowing.
We were just tuning her out after a while, and then we heard meow.
That's happened to me.
Did she fling herself against the door?
That's actually happened with me and Lucy. She hasn't hit the door or anything.
We don't know
but
what
I'd like
she
come
did.
up to the door and I'll just see the door like a little bit going like. It's her like against the door, like kneading against the door.
We heard.
I don't know
from
what she
from
did.
the streaming office. We heard like it sounded as if she flung herself off the bed.
I
into
thought
the
she
door.
had knocked something over, but nothing was knocked over.
She probably
like,
fell on the floor.
It sounded like a kitten flinging itself into the wall at high speed.
Actually, I had something happen with Lucy. I was petting her, and like she was like rolled over on her side, and she was like rolling over on her back, and like batting at my hand a little bit, and then she rolls over a little bit more. She didn't realize how close to the edge she was. All of a sudden, I just hear. I hear her hit the ground. She stands up, shakes her head, and she looks back up at me, and I'm like, "Hey, you rolled too far." And then she just climbs back up on the bed and proceeds to let me keep petting her. She didn't feel betrayed.
She will walk up me and get into my face and just start patting on my face and sit on my shoulder.
Yep.
And then she will paw at my phone and try to put it down.
Yeah. That's how Lucy is. Lucy, she actually, like, when it doesn't work and, like, pawing down my iPad doesn't work, she'll, like, attack the corners. She'll just, like, start biting them. Like,
she did that for the first time this morning.
Really?
Yeah, she bit the corner of my phone.
Nice. Very nice.
And I was just like, okay, I see you. Hello.
Have Piper and Pepper ever attacked your devices whenever you're, like, sitting there, like, on your phone or something?
Nope.
Have they, like tried to, like, nestle them out of your arm or anything like that? Like Jalapeno and Super Chunk to the rescue! Save Micah from his his cell phone.
If you stop petting Piper, she'll like claw you to get you to start petting her again. But,
Oh,
Yeah, Aria just pat, 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 pat.
that's how Lucy is, and then eventually Lucy gets tired, and she's like, all right, I'm tired of being petted. Let me under the covers. And I'm like, okay. I lift up the cover. She goes under. She gets in the warmest spot, which is like right behind my knees.
Yeah.
And
Lucy used to like to sit there.
yeah, but anyway, that's cat talk with the Renegades. Well, animal talk with the Renegades, because Piper and Pepper are little Boston Terriers.
Aww.
So yeah, they're
Apparently
little
they're
is
crazy.
a subjective term.
okay. They're meaty. There's some meaty Boston Terriers. Let's just call them that then. But
Piper's fat.
I was trying to be nice.
They're very,
She's
very
just fat.
blunt. I respect it.
Well, that's Micah for you. Micah, a blunt individual.
She's got a neck like a shark.
That's awesome. I love that.
I need a picture of this dog.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's get into this. This is a Purge election year by Dead Meat. So, all right. Like I said, the Purge films for me have gotten only better and better and better as time has gone on. And the reason for that is because, they've expanded onto the world, and now here we're actually seeing a little bit of the political game that's going on. The new founding fathers of America versus the versus the public and everything.
Basically, the Liberal Party.
Yeah, you could say that. Some people say, well, you go to the extremes on both sides. I mean, you go so far left, you wind up at Stalin. You go so far right on the other side, you wind up. Some say you wind up at Hitler.
Yeah.
Other people say you wind up more along the lines of what's his name? I forget. But anyway, it's a very delicate balance that people say the political game holds in the United States. But me, it's a two-party system that, in all honesty, shouldn't exist. It should be just like, hey, do you believe in this? I believe in this, and I'm going to show you how much better it can be if you actually let me implement these policies.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, oh no, you have to obey and toe the line of what the party wants instead of what you want as an individual. It's just like, shut up. Anyway. Enough of that. Let's get into enough of political discourse in the real world. Let's get to some political discourse in a fictional world that is about a dystopian America where people kill each other. Oh God, this derailed very quickly. All right, let's go. Let's just watch.
Movie footage used in the kill count is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Dead Meat makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the art of filmmaking by watching the Purge election year in its entirety
You can see her.
on home media or streaming services where available.
Just look at this.
She's like, what is
Welcome
that?
to Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our
It's like I'm
favorite
hearing a
order.
person I've
I'm
never
Jayden
heard
Dove,
before.
and today
What
we're
is
looking
this?
at the Purge election year, released in 2016, an actual election year in the U.S. So you know this movie had some bomb-ass SEO. Election year takes place nearly
You
2
voted for
decades after the
Kodos.
first two films and depicts a country
Yeah.
torn in half over the Purge. While it continues to show the street-level perspective we saw in Anarchy, election year also explores the political machinations behind the Purge, increasing the stakes from the lives of a few characters to the very moral fiber of the United States of America. Like the other Purge movies, election year also has an insanely high body count. Can this populous newcomer of a film beat the establishment Belko experiment for
that
most
was
kills
one
on
of
this
the shots where
channel?
it was like,
Let's
come on,
find
what am I
out and get
supposed
to the
do?
election,
The
or
shot
the
of
kills,
like
the election year
bodies
kills.
everywhere.
The movie begins with Mark Bowling lambing out before Ray Davis's bass tones take over. Since this funky Purger's got a real type of thing going down, getting down. He explains in a real weird voice acting delivery.
My Purge playlist. I put a lot of thought into it, especially this final tune, as it'll be the last song you'll ever hear.
He sounds like an exasperated side character on The Simpsons, but this dude is no Gil Gunderson. He's a sadistic home invader who tells the mother of this unfortunate nuclear family that she has to choose the one family member who gets to live. The rest are all getting googly-eyed to death. As we'll see, Mama Roan must have chosen her bespectacled daughter Charlie to live, so I'll go ahead and put the rest of the Roan family on the count right now, even though their deaths don't happen on screen. Instead, the cold open ends with a card putting us 18 years in the future, which is a bizarre fucking choice to me for reasons we'll see shortly. Now Charlie Roan, who you can tell is the same character because of her glasses, is a senator running for president
Played by
on an
Elizabeth
anti-Purge
Mitchell.
platform, a popular issue for the public after they've learned more about the new founding fathers' corruption. There are even outspoken anti-Purge activists like this dude, Dante Bishop, the character formerly known as Stranger, who is yet again played by Edwin Hodge even though he looks the same age. But fuck it, make it 18 years later. Charlie is played by Elizabeth Mitchell, aka Juliette Burke,
I mean,
Sawyer's true love.
a lot of
Don't
black
at me,
people
Steve
age
Shipper.
real
She's
slow.
running against NFFA candidate Minister Edwin
Depends on the
who
genes.
watches a report
Yeah.
about her rising
I mean,
poll
hell,
numbers for the rest of the
Tom
party
Cruise
on
doesn't age.
kick-ass George Washington portrait television. By the way, the report mentions that the NFFA
I'm not
has
sure
been in
whether
power
it
for
happens
25
more
years.
with black
So
people
here's the
because
Purge
here
timeline.
more.
The NFFA
I think it's
was the
how much
2016
melatonin. I
election
think it's the
and starts the Purge
melatonin.
the next year
Melatonin in your
2017.
Melanin?
First two
melanin.
movies take place
Melatonin,
during
melanin.
Purge 6 and
Sorry.
7 in 2022
The
and
melanin in the
2023,
skin.
and it's now around 2041, making this Purge number 25. Fucking nailed it. Hey there, Future James here, saying I didn't actually nail it, because it turns out election year actually takes place 18 years after the 6th Purge, the one in the original movie, making the year 2040 and the Purge the 24th one. So, sorry, my bad. And party boss Caleb Warrens has decided to celebrate the Purge's silver anniversary by lifting the restriction on government officials. In other words, this year, you could purge a presidential candidate with impunity. During a presidential debate wherein Owens defends the Purge, Charlie rails against it as a religion of murder.
The Midnight Purge Mass, where our great NFFA leaders gather together and slaughter innocence.
You know, actually, when you put it like that, how the fuck's the country even going along with this shit? Charlie Roan shows herself to be a firebrand populist who gets the audience to their feet and all but crowd surfs among them. That kind of behavior is vexing for her head of security, Sergeant Leo Barnes? Frank Grillo again, looking the exact same as he did in Anarchy, which again took place 18 years prior to this. Why did they do that if they wanted to use the same characters? How old is Leo Barnes? Lest you think the series is abandoning the ground level view of Purge Night, Charlie's campaign is watched and commented on by working class Joe Dixon, a dude who owns a deli frequented by EMT Lainey Rucker, played by Get Out's Betty Gabriel. Joe's assistant.
Yeah, I love her
so
too.
much.
Yeah.
She's such a great actress.
And says she could win if she takes Florida, but Lainey is all like, no, and thinks the Senate is bullshit. For his part, Joe likes Charlie, but thinks she's unlikely to win, while the fourth dude in the deli isn't even paying attention to politics.
I'm thinking
her hair
about
in this one was
waffles
good.
and pussy. That's all I ever really think about, actually.
Joe gets a call saying the Purge movies need even more commentary on American society, so he hangs up and complies.
Damn insurance company. They just raised the premium on my Purge coverage by thousands. The day before the damn Purge.
He don't have that money, so he resolves to protect the store himself since all his livelihood is in it. He wants to guard against rotten apples like this mean girl Kimmy and her nameless friend, who like to knock shit over and fly swat each other's butts. Lainey steps in on the conflict since she has some street cred, being formerly known as Pequeña Muerte, the Little Death.
You're my motherfucking hero.
But now Lainey's all like, don't do drugs and stay in school, so Kimmy leaves with some serious side-eye. Despite the announcement about government officials...
You know, say, I think that's actually, what's her name? Like the one daughter from friggin' the Boondocks.
Sexual tension. Does his best to secure
Tom and Tom's daughter.
Chief Cooper, and
I call her Afro Puff because she's got the two little Afro Puffs right here beside in the back of her head.
No one is immune tonight. Must be sweeps week. Sirens blare all around our nation's capital as the Purge officially begins. Charlie pulls Leo away from his security buddy Eric, or should I say Bluetooth Eric, and orders him to have a drink with her. Just fuck already. The drink is just water. But
He
they still
really
open up
ships
and talk about
them.
their equally tragic
It's kind of
backstory.
funny.
A lot of people have,
He
from
made
what
a
I
huge
understand.
mistake on Purge
He's,
night
like,
and believes
real
in the
into it,
senator's
though.
mission to get rid of the holiday. Meanwhile, Lainey is spending her Purge night, as always, driving around in a triage van with her friend Dawn, looking for people they can help out. Like this guy, who jump scares them at their window and, oh, now there's an arrow in his head. Categorize him as unlikely to live regardless of medical care. They drive around with a whole shit ton of dissolves and witness heinous acts of violence, like an alleyway guillotine exhibition that looks like it's claiming its third victim of the night. Those bros and that alien are loving it. They also see some metal masked homies driving around with two of their three human.
Hey, look, everybody, it's Daft Punk.
Pretty damn dead. So let's add another couple to the list here. And over at the Lincoln Memorial, oh come on, who slaughtered all these people? This is a bitch to count.
Yeah,
I think I see 16 bodies, and if not, let's just pretend that's how many there are, since Abe was the 16th president, and that's fine. Over at the
That would
deli,
make
Joe
sense.
Dixon
That
is
makes
on
sense.
the rooftop,
Thing
click,
for some
click, click,
Yeah.
ready to
asshole
defend his
Purge to
business
do.
from any looters. Marco shows up to pledge his help, and although Joe tells him no at first, he might want to reconsider after a rogue electrical parade float finds its way from Main Street to Joe's Avenue.
Hey, that's supposed to be a hybrid
party
car.
girlfriends,
It's
blaring Miley Cyrus and yelling up at Joe that they gonna get a candy bar from his shop and then burn the place to the ground. Marco shoots Kimmy's ear off, and the girls take off,
Yeah, I've
promising
seen
to
the
be
clip.
back
She's like,
later.
I
Yeah,
want
maybe
one
let
with
Marco
the
stay with
candy
you, Joe.
bar.
Back at Charlie's
Yeah.
home, Chief and Bluetooth Eric are up to some shady shit, manipulating the security
says
cam
she already
footage
killed
and
her
telling
mom
other
and
guards
dad,
to go
too,
take a break from
which
their
is
duty.
nuts.
A trio of guards outside
Well,
join
yeah.
the kill count when they're all
It's
shot
like,
in the
that's
head,
great.
along with another
Now
trio
you're
of
gonna be
guards
the
that
foster
Leo
care
sees killed
system.
on the security cams.
No,
She
thinks that my family's rich. I'm gonna inherit all that money, and I'm just gonna live my life the way I want.
Armored guys wearing white power and Nazi patches that Bluetooth Eric lets into the house.
Wow, they're actually
there's
wearing
some
white
very
power
fine
patches.
people on both sides.
Yeah.
Inside, they
I mean,
shoot another
That's a-
three
look-
guys
I say
who are
wow,
standing
like
there
it's
watching
not a
TV.
That's
realistic
topical.
thing.
You know what? Maybe
It's
that would cut 'em
it's
on that.
well,
Leo rushes into
I
action, giving the senator a vest to
white
wear,
power
telling
militants
her
are
they
nowhere
could
near
betray
that
her,
organized. They're
kiss
more
her.
likely
guess
they're more
so.
likely to crash a
Instead, they go
Camaro
through
into
Leo's
a
secret
crowd of
escape
people.
hatch
Oh,
under
I'm
the
sorry.
rug
Did I
and
just
make it
say that out
outside to an
loud?
alley. Now, maybe some celebratory lovemaking? Nah,
You
no time
see?
for that. Leo has to take out his other little
Celebratory
stabby
lovemaking?
thing and
He
shank
does,
a couple
hopefully.
of fucking Nazis with it after beating the shit out of them. Good job, Leo. I hate DC Nazis. Head Nazi Earl Danziger is
It's a
pretty
Blues
pissed about the
Brothers
senator's
reference.
escape and leaves in a huff right before one of his dudes sees Charlie and Leo from the window and shoots at them. He's able to hit Leo in the shoulder and takes him
Again?
down, so Leo takes out his cell phone and connects to a briefcase
actually,
bomb in
that was a
Charlie's
different
office.
guy.
Leo detonates.
No, he got shot in the shoulder in Anarchy right there
That was,
too.
that was the other
Eric,
guy
Chief.
when he died.
No, he he actually got shot outside of the house.
Right,
He got
yeah.
shot in the belly
On their
right
way
here
through
and in the
streets
shoulder.
of
Yeah.
DC, which is burning
So,
like it's
God, they must
1812
love that
all
right
over again.
that
Leo
left
and
shoulder of
Charlie
his.
see a Purge sanitation services truck telling folks to
Must
bring
have
out
good-
the dead, and it looks like
must
they've
have
already
good
got
surgery
5
in the
bodies
future.
collected. At least that's how many are
Reconstructive
visible to
Bring
me.
out
After the
your
truck
dead.
drives away, the two of them run away
Tom.
holding hands just to
Bring
torture
out
me
your
some more.
dead.
They're pursued
Just to
by a
torture
drone
me.
that looks straight out of a special edition Star Wars movie, but after Charlie intimately whispers to Leo that is flying right behind them, he shows her that he knows how to use that gun of his. Bullseye, Sergeant. Leo shows off his shooting skills some more when they're attacked by a Captain Spaulding cosplayer.
John Wick,
and a
ladies and
trio of his
gentlemen.
Purger friends. Leo shoots them all to death after getting some solid assistance from Charlie with a flaming 2x4. What is this, the ECW? But then more costume.
Why
purgers
not? I
show
love
up and
ECW.
tase the crap out of Leo and Charlie, knocking them out. These new assailants on this purging night are some murder
God, the
tourists who were shown
flashing
in a
neon
news broadcast
lights.
earlier.
Uncle
in the
Sam
movie.
and
They're
the-
rich foreigners who
Uncle
visit
Sam
the US
and,
on Purge night to take advantage of
Liberty
the
or
legalized
death.
murder.
Lady Liberty or death.
Black Americans. We're very excited.
I guess it's like how us Michiganders would head over to Canada on our 19th birthday to legally drink. Only, you know, just a little more murdery. These fair weather flag flyers get all up in Leo and Charlie's faces just down the street from Joe and Marcos.
We love you, America. America is the greatest country in the world.
So before they can make do on
Not
the
a bad
threats of torture,
scientific
they're
accent
lit up
if I
by
say
the
so
Deli boys
myself.
just unloading their guns on them. In the end, after they all get shot, I count 8 dead bodies on the ground around Leo and Charlie. Joe and Marcos
Shoulda gone
approach
back to
the senator and
Johannesburg.
bodyguard to tell them, hey now, it's alright. They all go back to the deli, where Leo secures the area, and Charlie thanks her heroic constituents. At Joe's prompting, Marcos tells her that she needs Florida to win, as if that hasn't been painfully obvious since we all learned what a hanging Chad was. Charlie wants Leo to take his jacket off and get his bullet wound cleaned up, but he tries to argue that he's fine.
You're not. You want me to take it off?
Yes, please! You'll both be so much happier. Marcos fixes Leo up, and then the goddamn Glitterific gang is back with more tools,
The
weapons,
Glitterific
and
gang.
pigs to fuck shit up. Joe calls up Lainey for help, but she's busy tending to Rondo, the only survivor of an attack that left 5 bodies on the ground around her triage van. Add 'em up, add 'em up! Luckily, after the Candy Girls rev up their buzzsaws to start cutting through the deli.
Okay, yeah,
barriers,
playing Ring
Lainey
Around
gets
the Rosie
message
right
and
there.
shows up to save the day. She speeds down the street and just plows right through Kimmy and her friend. The hit and run only kills her friend right away, but Lainey gets out of her van with a shotgun to emulate Leo Barnes with a kill streak of her own, complete with a side of pork and an appropriately brutal final shot for Kimmy herself. There goes her face.
Pequeña Muerte is back, bitches.
Everyone goes outside to go with Lainey and her van.
Little death.
Joe only agreeing to leave his deli
Do you know
unattended after Marcos promises him they'll
that's
rebuild it
the-
no matter what it
the
takes.
term
While driving
for little
around,
death in
somehow
French,
Charlie
it
looks out her
means
window
orgasm.
to see this. I
Well,
guess.
it's
Looks more like a
little
dream
death.
or something.
Well,
But
it-
regardless, we see 4 more bodies to add to
it's,
the list hanging from a tree.
from,
there. Then
it's
the
Spanish,
Nazis who are
I
flying
believe.
around in a Nazi copter
Pequeña
track the van
Muerte.
down through the bullet lodged in Leo's
Because I know
shoulder and
Pequeña
open
is
fire on it
female
with a
version
mounted
of
minigun,
Pequeño,
not
which
machine
is
gun.
No, I know,
small.
I know that's
Kill
Spanish.
count.
I'm
When
saying
the attack
in
is over,
French,
we've got another
Oh.
body to
the
add to
words
the
that
list.
the
dude
word
Rondo,
that
who's
means
being taken
orgasm
care
is
of by
the term
Lainey.
for
The van
little
pulls
death.
under a
Oh.
freeway
Or
overpass
it translates
lose
to
the
little
chopper,
death.
And Dawn parts
Oh.
near what
But
looks
it
like a
means
crazy
orgasm.
Pequeña
medieval
Muerte.
time-style
Yeah.
purge fight between gang
In
members.
French,
Leo figures
although
out that the
Pequeña
bullet
Muerte,
must be how
that's
they found
Spanish.
them, so he rips it out.
I'll have to look that up.
It's a tracer. That's when
I
the
got a
Sonic
translation
Fantasy
app
fans
on
see
my
the van
phone,
and
I think.
surround it. Things are
How you
looking
say
pretty
it, but I
bad
know-
until Joe gives a whistle that turns
La
out to be a
Petite Mort,
secret crypt
or however you
passcode
say
that
La
he knows
Petite
from
Mort.
his past on the streets.
I
Naturally, they
totally
safely
just
open the door
butchered
and
those
make a
words,
trade
but
with a
that's
dude
French
who
for
just
little
wants some
death and
medical
means
help for his
orgasm.
friend. In exchange, the gang members agree to take the tracer bullet to another location
know
for
that
them. So
was
when the
pointless,
Nazi
I'm
ground
sorry.
forces track it down and
That's
find
fine.
it, they also find a whole bunch of crypts surrounding them. Their deaths happen off screen, but can be heard through the headphones worn
Bye-bye.
by Nazi in the Sky or old Danziger. And he later lands to find their bodies and confirm the kills. Lainey and Dawn drive
And get
everyone
that-
to an underground
and get that
structure
rebel
that
flag
serves
off
as a
your
safe
chest.
zone for
Terrible
Purge night.
representation.
It's run by Dante Bishop, who introduces himself to Charlie Roan and shows her around while people gawk like they've never seen a presidential candidate before. Dante assures Leo that his men will do their best to keep them safe, but that doesn't stop Leo from snooping around. He and Charlie wind up in a room with an assassination plot vision board on the wall. Dante's people are looking to murder Minister Owens, the NFFA candidate for president, at the Our Lady of Sorrow church where his annual Purge Mass is taking place. Dante's man Angel tells them they're going to get inside the church using old tunnels installed by George Washington himself.
The original founding fathers are about to fuck over the new founding fathers. Now, how you like that for irony?
Well, Charlie doesn't like that at all, saying she doesn't want to build her presidency on a murder.
I know what a lot of
The
people
argument is
say,
put
but
on
George
pause
Washington
when
was a
security
jerk.
cameras show a shit ton of
Sorry,
armed
that's from,
government
that's from
soldiers on
Gravity
their way
Falls.
inside to clear out all their political
Bottom
enemies.
line.
Angel sends Leo and Charlie out a back door and through an alley where they hold hands again. I don't think these two know what they're doing to me, man. They just narrowly
Oh,
avoid
get
a
off it,
CG
James.
blade
It's
booby
okay.
trap that swings down in front of their faces, and also pass by a woman calmly sitting on a bench and humming a little ditty next to a burning body that we can go ahead and add up on the count. Toast toasty. They meet up with
probably
Laney
her
at a
husband.
prearranged
Probably her
pickup
husband.
spot, and once inside the
She
van,
was just
Charlie
like
says they have to stop the
disenfranchised with.
assassination attempt.
If they assassinate him, he becomes a martyr. We lose.
Oh yeah, good point, Charlie. Hey, also, maybe put your lips on Leo's list. It'll be great. The triage
Shut
is
up,
knocked
James,
down
come
inside
on.
by an
Leave
armored
it
vehicle.
alone.
Charlie is abducted out of it while everyone
This
else
is
is still
me
lazing
every time
about.
I
The
think
armored
a
van
character's
drives
a
off with its
lesbian.
senatorial prize, but luckily,
I'm like,
Laney and the Deli
hey,
boys
how
promise
about
to
you
help
put your
Leo
lips
get
on
her
her
back.
list?
They figure she's being taken to Our Lady of
Okay,
Sorrow
I can't
from the NFFA
say anything
Purge
either because
Bank.
I did the
That's
same
where
thing
Roland
sometimes
Nazis deliver
with
her,
characters.
tied up on a dolly in a sacrificial frock. The final touches to her
think it's
festive
funny. He's
appearance
so
are done by
into it.
NFFA page boy Harmon James, who looks like he spends his free time making out with Dementors. Out on the church's altar, Minister Edwidge Owens gives a passionate sermon
He
preaching
looks
the
like-
benefits
he
of the
does look
Purge
like
and
he's
leads
an
his
extra
NFFA
in the
congregation
Harry
in a
Potter
chant of
movies.
purge and purify.
Yeah.
One of the background Death Eaters.
Harmon James brings out another dude tied to
Oh,
named
the religious
Lawrence, who
symbolism.
The minister says will make a healthy purge sacrifice for them and all their weapons blessed with holy water. Harmon gets the honor of being the first purger of the evening, and the skeletal lickspittle stabs Lawrence over and over with a short blade, while Minister Jones gets super fucking into it behind him.
Oh,
Shit,
Jesus.
maybe these two
Yeah.
are the ones that need to See, they're super into it. Go ahead and paw at the minister's belly there, Harmon. Yeah, that's nice. Outside by the church's
Yeah.
tunnel entrance, Leo approaches Dante and tells him that they're no longer on a mission to assassinate, but rather one to rescue the senator. The two of them, Laney and the Deli boys,
they
and
released
all of
something
Dante's
else
men
besides the
go through the
beast.
tunnels and get ready to strike
yeah.
at
Sorry.
various points inside
No.
the church. Leo
No.
sneaks his
They
way behind a
unleashed-
security
no.
guard and shanks him
Don't
in the
say
back.
that.
They
a couple
unleashed the
times, putting him down
hounds.
silently before sneaking up on another guard up in the church balcony, who he tackles and I'm assuming kills, even though we only see him throw a punch. I just don't think he'd let that guy live. The minister presents
He
Charlie
probably.
Roan
I
as
wish
the
they would have
next
like thrown in like a
sacrifice,
neck
and everyone
snap,
goes
like
fucking
knock the guy
nuts
out
at the
neck
sight of him.
snap.
All of the party members come up on stage while the minister blesses Charlie with holy water, and head of NFFA
Flicks it on
Caleb
her
Warren
face.
steps
Flicks it
up
on her
before
face, and all of a
stabbing.
sudden
But
she
right
starts
after he
burning.
finishes
It's like,
blessing
oh
the
god,
man,
that's the devil's
Nation
water.
Reborn, Marco shoots a rifle
I
from
don't
the
think that's how
balcony
you're
and
supposed to
lands
bless
a
someone with holy
curved
water,
shot
though.
on
Just-
Caleb Warren's, murdering him and really messing
It
up the
sprays
whole
her face.
altar sacrifice thing they had going on. A shootout occurs, giving us another real not fun scene for kill counting. But through my exhaustive frame-by-framing, it looks as though 11 people get killed during it, including 9 security guards, a woman trying to flee down the aisle, and NFFA Press Secretary Thomas, who tries to stab Charlie while she's down. During all of this, Minister Jones manages to escape with some guards, and Harmon James keeps his cool and collects a couple of guns before making his exit. More NFFA guards rush out and fill the balcony with an unholy spray of bullets, but after our heroes take cover, they hear new gunshots ring out, followed by silence. When they look again, they see Dante Bishop and his forces standing over the bodies of all those
Hey,
replacement
cross the
guards.
century
Since
mark.
it looks like they killed them all, I'll add 15 kills to the count, since I think that's how many guards ran out and started shooting up into the balcony before everyone took cover.
I'd say that too.
I'm just counting all these bodies, Dante. It's much easier from a higher vantage point. Charlie is freed from her bondage, and my OTP is reunited before Dante is told that his men have captured the minister. He heads back to where they're holding him, locking Charlie out in the process, and passes 3 more bodies on the ground to add to the count. These were the men who had been guarding the minister, and obviously doing a shit job of it. The minister pleads for Dante to purge him because it's his right as an American.
Jewish! Jewish! Yes! Yes!
But instead, Dante capitulates to the senator's pleas for peace.
You better fucking win.
After they find a bunch of would-be Purge Night sacrifices in a back room, Dante and
Is
2
that
of his
lady?
men
Wait,
go out
can
to
you
the
go back a
parking
second?
lot,
Was that
which
lady
would-be-
pregnant? On the left with the wound right there.
I don't
think so.
It looked like she could be for a second. I was
I think
like,
it
looks really weird though.
Purge Night sacrifice.
She's got something under her coat. Maybe it's her hands. Maybe it is her hands. I can't tell if her
Maybe
actually in her
either that or it's just how she is. I mean,
I guess
honestly,
so.
don't know.
it looks like a little weird though.
Looks
Never mind.
looks prego.
I think the
Back
lighting.
Dante
I think it was the
and 2 of
lighting.
his
It just
men
made
go
her
out to
look
the
like she
parking
could be
garage
pregnant.
only
I
to
was
get
like,
attacked by
no,
Earl
it
and his
wouldn't-
Nazi gang, who managed
Depends
to kill
on the
the
depends on the what
him
is it?
pretty badly.
Depends on the
Leo
type of
runs
shirt
out
because
and
sometimes I've
provides
seen
a
like
cover fire that
some
allows
puffy shirts
Dante
that
to
people
hop in the
have.
car that he hotwires in no time. He puts the pedal to the metal and serves himself up a double order of crushed Nazis, killing them by pinning them against the wall. Unfortunately, he missed Earl, who shoots into the car and kills Dante Bishop, the only person to have been in all 3 Purge movies. Rest in peace, Dante. Your character arc gave this trilogy a spine. Earl runs out of bullets and drops his gun, so Leo sets his on the ground to have a good old-fashioned knife fight. It's a cool battle.
Knife
It took them
fight.
5 hours
You're
to
gonna
shoot,
fight
and
for
because
your
of Earl's
life.
background in
Knife
MMA
fight.
and
get
boxing, announcing
That
he
you're
did
like,
all
let's
his
have a
own
fair
stunts
fight,
in
but
this
why would you
and
put
every
that
other
down?
scene in
Just
the movie.
fucking shoot
Eventually,
him.
Leo's little stabby puncher guy lets him get the upper hand, up to and including punching a trench right through Danzinger's cheek.
Ooh.
A few more stabs gets Danzinger down to his knees, and with his
Punch
strength all out of
Nazi.
him, Leo finishes off the head white supremacist with a hold back high kick roundhouse to the face. Killed with a kick? I did not see that coming. In the back room, one of the people that Charlie helps rescue makes a frantic run for an exit, only to find pointy-faced Harmon James at the door, who shoots him dead with a shotgun.
Almost lucky, dude.
Roller coaster for that dude. Harmon also shoots Marcos in the shoulder, but when he goes to shoot Senator Roan with the handgun, Joe gets in the way, and the two men trade shots back and forth, both of them taking a whole bunch of bullets before Harmon is killed with a holy shit headshot. Joe's friends all gather around him as he bleeds out, and he tells them everything will be fine as long as the senator
McKelty
wins.
Williamson. I like
Changes
McKelty
things.
Williamson.
Clutching
Ever since I
Marcos'
saw him
hand,
in
Joe
Forrest
Davis
Gump.
comes to his wounds and dies. A man who just wanted to protect his deli, but wound up protecting the most important sandwich of all. The hero that is Senator Charlie Rowe. 2 months after the Purge, it's election day, and we're finally seeing some development on the sexiest will they won't they you've ever seen in a dystopian action horror film. Marcos watches
Little
the
arm
results
squeeze
of
there.
as an
It
anchor
says a lot.
announces
No, it
Florida
doesn't.
for Charlie Rowe, which seals the deal and gives her the election. Probably because her blue wall held. Oh, also because looks like Texas went blue. That'll pretty much do it. Her first order of business.
Yeah,
is
Texas
announced as the
Texas
elimination
swinging
of
blue.
the
They said
Purge.
that was going to
Lady
happen
was
this
on the way
election.
in to check the results.
It didn't.
She tells Marco she'll come by tomorrow to help him fix up the deli some more, then looks at Joe's coach-like portrait on the wall before leaving. The movie ends.
It's like,
Marco's
go on in there,
firing
kid.
stars and
You can
bars
do
as
it.
The news reports violent pro-NFFA protests, and David fucking Bowie kicks in to sing about how he's afraid of Americans. Go look that song up, because it's dope as hell. And in the meantime, I'll show you these numbers. I voted.
Don't blame me.
116 people died in the Purge election year.
That's a
meaning
lot of
the Belko
blue.
experiment has finally been usurped as the top kill count champion. America! Fuck yeah! Like all purges, the victims were full of ambiguity. I counted 82 men, 8 women, and 26 unknowns, meaning as per usual, a whole bunch of dead dudes. With a runtime of 108 minutes, we
that's
actually
true.
wound up with a kill on average every 56 seconds. What the fuck? I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to those guillotine victims in the alleyway.
Woo!
They're being killed by a guillotine in an alleyway. That's insane. Dull machete for lamest kill can go to Joe, since he got killed by some dude who all of a sudden became the main bad guy for a minute. Fuck off, Harmon James. Go write a manifesto and a Facebook post. And that's it. The Purge election year came out in 2016 and made the most money of any Purge film.
That's
Probably
good.
why we've got a new one, the
There's some
first
really
Purge,
fucking
hitting theaters
funny
next
jokes.
week on the 4th of
Yes.
July. Go see it to support the series, and I'll cover it after it comes out on Blu-ray, because again, that's how these
No,
videos
I just
work.
realized
Until
that
then, I'm James A. Janice.
that
It's
image
been
of the
Kill Count.
guy
Thanks a lot for
in
watching
the
this week's
mask
Kill Count. I want to
Yeah.
thank
like
a couple
the
patrons
promo
like
for the
Oliver
first Purge.
Christensen and
That's
Steven
from the
Sharnico.
second
Chelsea and I
movie.
are going to try to do a podcast
Why would they
review
use
of
that?
things like
Which
Oliver
one?
Janice
Like
after
the
it
God
comes out,
guy.
hitting
Yeah,
theaters next
right
week on
there.
the
That's from the second movie. Why would they use it to?
It does
to
look
promote the
exactly
fourth?
like it.
It is.
It
It
is
is.
the
That's from
same
the
guy.
second film.
It's the same guy. He has God.
Yeah.
He has God written on his mask and everything.
Yeah, that's
He's got the Band-Aid on his finger?
Lakeith Stanfield.
I
That's
mean,
him.
I don't know. The movie's already out, so maybe if we don't plan on
Maybe
seeing it,
maybe they're showing. Maybe they showed like highlights of the other Purge movies
I guess.
to symbolize it. I don't know.
It just seems a little weird. Like, why would
Yeah.
you use this
4th
image
of July.
from that
Go
movie
see it to support the
promote
series.
the
James A.
movie?
Janice.
I don't know.
This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this week's Kill Count. I want to thank a couple of patrons like Oliver Ivor Christensen and Steven Sharnico. Chelsea and I are going to try to do a podcast review of the first Purge. And again, remember I can't do kill counts on movies until they come out on Blu-ray. Also, since I probably won't do a ranked Purge movies anytime soon, my favorites are Anarchy, then Election Year, then the original.
Hey,
Next week when we start a
same
new
as me.
franchise. And be good people.
I like Election Year just because of that girl whose name I should remember, but I can't.
Pequeña Muerto, Little Death.
Yeah, but her like actress's name.
Oh,
I think she's real cool.
darn it. I ain't got my phone on me. It fell on the floor. But okay, for me, there's a lot of like the commentary that you get from these films. Like for every film that goes by, it amplifies the commentary of the previous films.
Yeah.
Like you can go back and watch the previous films and have a completely different understanding or a completely different like viewpoint to see everything. It's good stuff. I like it a lot. What?
I wish they had done it differently, I guess.
What did you what would you have done differently?
I mean, I kind of felt like the idea of the Purge would have been good as just like a solo, maybe like, I'm trying to think of something I could compare it to. You know, like that old movie, No Vacancy?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a pretty good movie, I think. I mean, when I watched it, I was like 13, so I don't know what a good movie was back then. But you know how it's just like that one good thriller that just really has you, like, they do everything for their setting correct.
Yeah.
But on a bigger scale. So it's the city, and there's maybe, like, 2 different families that you're following, and maybe, I don't know, like, different scenarios be shown, and more, like, I guess I wanted more. This is gonna sound weird because the kill counts are high, but like more.
You want more of a personal horror story.
More back-to-back violence, though. Like this.
Oh. It's okay. Sorry.
I don't know how to explain it.
No, it's fine. Look, here's my thinking.
I would have liked to have seen one super fucking good, personal, relatable movie instead of the political spin, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no. I get that. And honestly, they still have the opportunity to do it because even though it looks like the Purge will be ending with this, there's still a multitude of years of Purges that you could do. And honestly, if...
I mean, I don't know that they should do all 25, but...
No. I don't think they should do all 25 either.
Maybe they'll do that in the first Purge. I'm not really sure.
Well...
Like,
I mean, yeah. I could technically read the plot right now,
if they're going to portray it as everyone immediately jumping in, that'll be dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Because people wouldn't, like, jump into the
The first
it has to be a gradual...
exactly what I wanted.
People are, like, scared for their lives in these ones, but they're, like, used to the idea of there being a Purge. And the first Purge, no one will be, like, used to it. Yeah, so you'd, like...
I guess that would be more what I wanted.
Well, instead, I think people... Well, in the trailer, they showed that people are, instead of, focusing more on killing each other, instead, they're just wanting to, like, smoke weed, do cocaine, and not, like, out in public and not have to, like, hide, like have sex in public and do, like, all the other crimes.
Yeah, it makes more sense,
more relatable.
Yeah, like, stuff like that.
If they're doing that, that would be cool.
Well, imagine this. Imagine, if you will, you focus, instead of, like, in a big city, you focus on a small community. You focus more on a small community. Say, I don't know, like a town of, like, 2,000-3,000 people.
Right.
And in this town, you have a bunch of people who own guns and know how to take care of themselves and everything, but there's also an underbelly. There's also an underbelly of different people and everything, and in that you can find a multitude of different ways to tell a more personal story. Mm-hmm. Case in point, like somebody who's thinking about purging, but yet is going through all of the philosophical ideologues in his head.
But then you've got some people that just want to fucking, like, go out and steal a fucking candy bar and smoke some weed.
Yeah.
You've got other people like, I'm going to go murder my ex. Like, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But things that... The political spin kind of ruined it for me, I guess.
Well, the political spin is interesting. I get what you're saying. The political spin is interesting.
It's not what I like.
I think they just saw an opportunity with the election year coming.
Yeah, and the big social scare of everything with surrounding Trump and Hillary and all that. It is good to it was good to draw that out to some degree. It got people interested. Personally, for me, I would want to see a more personal story, like like I know what you're saying, a more personal story.
Yeah.
Like get more involved with, I don't know, like 2 or 3 characters that are going through, like,
and maybe on different levels.
Yeah, like one of them is a wild man that just wants to party and goes out and like pulls out a saw and cuts open a chain lock to a convenience store, kicks open the door, goes in, grabs a 6-pack, looks at the guy behind the bar and says, "It's the Purge, man," and just bugs out, and like stuff like that.
Like
and
shit
then,
I would do.
Yeah, and then of course they
you would do on a
like
normal
he
day.
he goes out there, he starts drinking while driving and everything, and starts doing donuts in the parking lot and everything, and then his other friends meet up with him, and then his other friends is just like, "I just found out my girl's cheating on me, man." He's like, "Oh, dude, man, I'm sorry to hear that." And instead, it's like. Let's go scare her a little bit, like, because there's nothing against it.
And then the scaring goes wrong.
Yeah, the scaring goes wrong,
and they're like freaking out because she's out. And they're like, "Wait, it's legal."
It's legal, man. And it's just like, but I didn't want her to die.
And I'm not
but
saying...
it doesn't matter, man. She's dead. It's It's over. And it's like, but it's like, and you deal with stuff like that, and then eventually.
Maybe they will do something like that.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I'm not saying make it a comedy. You can still make it chilling, but it needs some comedic relief, I feel.
Well, I think
and more
if you
relatability.
have, well, I think if you go ahead.
If not comedic relief, just people like reacting not realistically, because I guess it is realistic for this in that universe, but like realistically for us.
See someone get shot. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Or like freaking out because people are dying everywhere.
Well, for me, the one thing that I've heard is why the Marvel films work so well is because they found that perfect cohesive like wave of
drama,
it's like the dramatic lows and all that, and then you got the comedic highs, the dramatic lows, comedic highs.
Like when Loki's giving like the villain speech and the Hulk just interrupts him to smash
And what
him
exactly?
on the fucking floor.
And you know, we really haven't seen a lot of kids.
No.
So like,
well, actually, that's something they're pointing out in for First Purge.
Imagine, go with me.
Go ahead.
Hawkins.
Oh God.
During the Purge.
Oh
so
God.
So we got Dustin, Elle, Mike, and Will just like, oh my God, we could go steal all of the trading cards we want
from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could just see like Mad Max just be like he's got a higher score than me in that game and I can't beat it. You know what? I want that game to go away. And she just pushes over the game and smashes it with a bat.
She steals the game and puts it in her room.
That's good. That's good. All crime's legal.
They raid the local supermarket for all the Eggos.
Yeah.
There you go. Could you imagine Elle like summoning a whole thing of like shopping carts and just like rips the freezer out of the wall and just gets all the Eggos, puts them in the bevy of the...
Like when I think of the Purge, I think of we can take this in so many fun directions, and I wish it hadn't been political because for me, I just don't find it interesting.
Well, political stuff is interesting to some degree, but
I think that's mostly a matter of opinion because I mean I'm sure
other people are probably like, holy shit, yeah.
Well, the whole thing was a political institution to begin with, so it's
that's the whole reason it existed.
I would have liked the more innocent side.
I get you, and I think you could actually tell side stories. It's just like
I want like chaotic good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. For me, there's things that I want to.
Or you don't, or you do.
I do.
Yeah,
chaotic good would be fun.
I would see the guy that's like would be me, where I stop by East 10 Reynolds the day before, and then I dig a pool without a permit and collect rainwater. Because that's all illegal.
Oh yeah, it's illegal to collect rainwater. That's stupid. That's so stupid. Why is it illegal? It's from the sky.
Run electricity to your shed.
Apparently, it's like an environmental thing, but
environmental.
Put an addition on your house.
Environmental.
Well, like in certain areas where there's like a shortage of water, if you're taking the water and harvesting it instead of letting it go to the ground, basically.
I guess.
It's a control mechanism to force you to buy into the municipal water supply is what it is.
Yeah, instead of you being able to supply your own water.
If there was a drought, then it would be important.
In some areas, I could see it. Here, why?
Yeah.
No, because we've had more rain.
There's a drought, like in California, because fucking the Nestle company, fuck them. But
don't fuck the Nestle company. Fuck the idiots who tried to reroute a friggin' river in the middle of a desert. That's what LA is. LA shouldn't exist, but they rerouted the river to go through there, and they thought, oh, this will be enough to supply for like 10 million people. Let me last check. Oh yeah, there's 30 million people living there.
I mean, it would be enough if it wasn't all being bottled. Is mostly the point. But yeah.
Well,
we all know there would be enough, but at least they're actively making it worse by bottling.
Southern California is naturally a desert.
I know.
It's naturally a desert, and
we can talk about the hubris of man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe people shouldn't live in deserts.
Well, I mean,
maybe we just weren't meant to, but man does not
people do
care. We don't fucking care. We're like, we're not supposed to live in the desert. Fuck you, God. We're gonna live in the desert.
Yeah, it's just like
where's the water?
Okay, you want to know about the hubris of man? I'll give you one example of it, and judge this how you will. There are more tigers in Texas as part of private collections than there are in zoos worldwide.
And how many compared to in the wild?
In the wild, there's a lot by compared to the wild. Yeah, but in terms of like ones that are in captivity, there are more in captivity in Texas as pets and private collections.
That's weird.
Versus zoos really weird in the rest of the world.
I mean, I kind of want a tiger.
Hey, you know who loved owning tigers and actually still owns like 3 or 4 tigers today?
Oh, was that Siegfried and Roy?
No, Mike friggin' Tyson. Huh. Mike Tyson still owns like 3 tigers.
I saw a meme that made me think of Micah this morning.
Sorry.
Oh dear.
It's a gnat. I'm trying to get it. Sorry.
He does that. There was this meme, and it was like someone texting their girlfriend or whatever, and it's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm at work. And it's like, no, you're not. I know what you're doing. I saw your internet history. And the internet history is just, how do I become faster? How do I become faster? Would riding a goat make me be faster? Can I ride a goat? Where do I get a goat? How do I trap a goat?
Some species, yes.
And for some reason, I was like, that's Micah.
That is Micah.
And I don't even know that it was a goat. It may have been like a...
story was told in
It might have been like a tiger or something, but it was some sort of animal.
How do I trap a goat?
It was a wolf. It was a wolf.
How do I trap a wolf?
Oh, well.
How do I trap a wolf?
I mean, seriously, though.
Would riding a wolf make you go faster?
Oh, God.
Did I save this,
We should
please?
end on that note.
Yeah, on that note, that's going to do it for Renegades React. This was Dead Meat, the Purge election year. If you were interested in seeing the original video or any more Dead Meat, there is a link to the original videos in the description down below. Also, if you want to see more of us, there is a link to our Patreon and our Discord. As always, go out there and if you like the video, like the video, leave a like. Also, show some support to Dead Meat. I mean, James A. Janice and his crew, they do amazing work.
Yeah, he runs a really cool channel.
Yeah, and they're very quickly approaching 1 million subs. Well deserved, in my opinion, and I can't wait for them to reach that. So, anyway, until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Heather.
Micah.
And this
is Arya.
Oh, yeah. We get it.
So sweet.
We'll see you later, everyone. Peace out.